So you probably already have all of these 5 things, and realistically you have no excuse to get started then, because the fact that you don't have to actually go out and buy anything means that you can get started tomorrow. I mean, not that quick, we're going to talk about that, but ultimately you don't have to waste time on looking for the right equipment. This isn't about trying to find the best equipment, the best audio, the best kind of quality video. This is about actually getting started and then improving as you go along the way. So let's get started with number 1, which is your camera. Obviously, you're gonna need a camera when it comes to creating YouTube videos, but ultimately you don't have to actually go out and buy a professional camera to begin with. The iPhone or phones in general have become so much better in terms of quality of video, so it is something that you can end up just using your phone for. I do come across a lot of people who talk about starting YouTube, but then ultimately they spend so much money on equipment and just researching that they never end up getting started, because the best way to learn is sometimes just learning as you go along and not necessarily before you've even started. So when it comes to your phone, you want to make sure that you get the settings right. So you want to make sure that you are using 4K if you can, and if you don't have that on your phone, then 1080 is fine. But ultimately I wouldn't go any lower than that, because you do want it to be like good quality. And to make the video quality even better, you want to make sure that you're set up in the right place. So when you're using your phone, set up somewhere where you have natural lighting. If you don't have natural lighting, then obviously you can go ahead and buy some lights from Amazon. But honestly, if you have like a window, I would set up in front of the window. Usually pretty easy to kind of like change your background a little bit. It might mean that you need to pull a couple of chairs away, or you need to like kind of just put a few ornaments in place, or maybe just clear it out completely so it's a completely blank wall. But either way, try and get yourself in front of the light so that you can really get that nice daylight. Honestly, daylight is even better than artificial lighting most of the time, to be honest. The only downside of natural lighting is that if you live in a place where maybe it's very cloudy, like even today it's quite cloudy here, so I can feel like the lighting is going up and down. I have no artificial lighting here, by the way. Everything here is just pure daylight, but sometimes I do see that the lighting goes up and down depending on, you know, the time of day and the clouds. So that's the only downside to it. But honestly, if you get in front of the camera, I've seen videos that have gone viral and I can see the change in lighting. So it really is about the information more so. Like, as long as you get decent quality footage, you're going to be okay. But that's the first thing that you're going to need. Number 2 is audio. Now, audio is something that you could potentially use in your phone. Say, for example, you decided to use your phone as your camera. However, it does depend on where you're placing it too. Now, if I'm placing the phone quite far away from me because I want more of my body in the footage, or it could be that you're doing maybe a fashion YouTube channel, or like something that requires you to be fully in frame, then it's going to be difficult to use the audio on your phone, because you're kind of moving around a bit, or maybe it's way too far because, you know, you want to make sure that you get your full body in the shot. So you really need to think about whether you want audio. Now, audio is something, I would say, the one thing out of this entire list that you're probably going to have to go and spend money on. You can honestly get some decent kind of audio equipment on Amazon too. It doesn't have to be the best, you know, it can be something that is just going to at least improve the quality that you currently have on your phone. You don't have to go and find the most expensive microphone. Honestly, you can get some amazing audio just from getting like something on Amazon or a photography shop. I would highly recommend using Amazon, to be honest, because most of the time you can get decent quality on there. You don't have to go directly to a camera shop, because sometimes that can be a lot more expensive, and you definitely don't have to end up buying from a specific brand. You know, I would check the reviews when you go onto Amazon. I reckon you could probably pick one up for like less than $50, I would say, probably even a lot cheaper than that. So maybe just have a look around and see what you can get hold of, or you could get a microphone that you could put directly into your iPhone. But I would highly recommend getting something which you can actually like kind of clips onto your lapel. I think that's what it's called, but you can kind of clip it onto your shirt or something, so you're getting that, you know, that closeness with the audio. But generally I would say that's another thing that you need to look into. And again, if you don't have to get your full body in it, the audio on your phone might actually be fine. So you need to tailor it according to the style of your video. Number 3 is laptop or computer. Now, I don't even know if people still call it computer because I just feel like that sounds so old. But anyway, I'm going to call it computer. It could be that you have a desktop, you know, and you have a laptop, or you have one or the other. So ultimately, that is probably something that you're going to need, and hopefully you already have, to be able to kind of edit your videos. Now, if you don't have that, you can still potentially edit on your phone. It's probably a little bit more tricky in the sense of, you know, it's a small screen, it's harder to really kind of zoom into things, but it can still be done. So if you don't have a laptop or a desktop, don't think, okay, that's like the end of it because I'm not going to be able to do it, because that's probably the most expensive thing out of this entire list. You can still get it done on your phone. So don't worry. If you have a laptop, then obviously that's going to help. But as a last alternative, I would say you can still do it on the phone. But on your laptop, on a desktop, the screen is a lot better. You're going to be able to see a lot clearly. And it's just generally much easier to edit in that way because it's just, you know, bigger in general. Number 4 is software to edit. Now, you can use a free version or you can go for a paid version to edit your videos. Now, obviously the paid version is going to be a little bit better because there's a lot more kind of options available to you, a lot more more transitions that you can choose from and things like that. And generally, I would say the quality of the video is probably going to be better, but it still can be done on the free version. So for a free version, I would recommend iMovie, which you can get with Apple phones. And again, like I mentioned on the previous point, you could do that on your phone because it's an app that can be used on your phone. It's pretty easy to use, to be honest. I used to use iMovie like back in the day, and it's very easy to use. You are limited, like I mentioned, with the number of transitions and certain things that you can do, like for example color grading and things like that, but you don't need to worry about that at the moment. But if you wanted to, you could go for the paid version, and the paid version would be Final Cut Pro, and that's what I would recommend. That's what I personally use. And you pay for that and you get obviously a lot more to work with in terms of like transitions, color grading, you know, adjusting your audio and things like that. So it really depends on what you want to go for. Like I said, free version is iMovie that you can use on your phone as well, but you can also use it on the desktop too. Number 5 is a YouTube account. So really that's the last kind of thing that you need to be able to like get started and set up for your first video to go live. That's something again that is free, so you don't need to actually pay for that, and that's the great thing about that. And once you set that up, I would probably spend a little bit of time just setting that up so that you make it look just nice in general. Look at your YouTube account as if that's your shop. So when you have a shop, you want people to be able to come in. You want people to want to come in. You want to make it look nice, you know, for people to say, oh, I really want to go there. I really like what they've got in the window. Looks good, sounds good. I'm going to go in. And that's basically what a YouTube account is, because you want it to look good. You want to create a nice banner. You want to create a nice thumbnail for your videos. And all these things can be done on a free app called Canva. You can opt for the paid version, which is what I opt for, but that's just because I want a lot more I want more access to everything that they offer because of the different platforms that I'm on. But ultimately, you can get thumbnails done for free on the free version of Canva. So there are so many things that you can kind of work with. I would say that for the YouTube account, which number 1 is free, like I mentioned, all you're going to need is a Canva account, which again, you can go for the free version to be able to create the nice artwork. And if you are not techie and not good with like that kind of stuff, don't worry. Canva is so easy to use. You just need to head on over there, type in YouTube banner, and it will come up with a whole load of banners, and they're all the sizing is already pre-done for you. So all you need to do is pick the one that you like, change the colors here and there wherever you feel like it. It's so easy, super simple to use, and then add your images of yourself or whatever it is, your logo, whatever it is, and then download and upload onto your YouTube channel and you're done. It's honestly so easy. Now, I really do hope that you've enjoyed this video. It's a short and sweet video, but I really wanted to make it simple for you, and I don't want to overcomplicate it and just give you a whole load of information that I probably will give you on a future video. So if you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.